Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madeline if you're new here, and today we're back for another reformer class. It's been a little bit since I filmed one of these, so I'm super excited. It will be more of a studio style full body class. We're just using our mini ball today. Don't need any other bits of equipment. I'm getting started on 2 heavy springs. That's 2 reds on my Marathon. Feel free to go 1 heavy, 1 medium to make it a little bit lighter. We're going to get started with the ball. So when you're ready, take yourself straight on down. Feet can come onto your foot bar to transition. Make sure your headrest is flat, and we are lifting the hips up right away, placing that ball underneath our tailbone. I'm making sure that it's even and it's not under your low back. So it's really at the very end of your spine so that you can find that tuck, like you're pulling your belly button towards the carriage, finding almost a C curve here, but for finding your smaller loops across your palms. So from here, fingertips reach up towards the sky, shoulders heavy on your carriage. Press just about an inch into the hands to feel that tension. Drop the shoulders down, maintain that curve through the spine, hips curling towards you. And then we float the legs into tabletop. So we find that strong tabletop, knees under hips. Breath in, find your balance. Exhale, arms press forward and down. Inhale, slowly lift up, return. Exhale, forward and down. So as you continue here, we're keeping that slow, steady pace. If that tension gets to be a little bit too much, you can always take the larger loops or drop down to 1 heavy, 1 medium spring. I want to really think about reaching my arms forward and down, and I'm not bending the wrist here. Tension is staying in the arms and the core rather than the neck and the shoulders. Yes, keeping that steady pace, steady breath. We're going to add on in 4. In 3, make sure that low back isn't arching. Last 2. 1, lift the arms up, hold. Now as you press the arms down, right leg extends. Arms lift, right knee bends back in and switch. Exhale, left leg. And back in. So challenging that stability a little bit more, challenging those lower abdominals a little bit more. And still making sure that that knee is staying still as you extend that other leg. So it's staying in tabletop rather than pulling in towards your chest. Really, really common. Yes, we're going to go for 4 before we add on a little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it through center. Arms are strong, core is strong. Exhale, squeeze the legs together. Both legs extend, arms press down. Bend the knees, lift the arms up. Exhale, press, extend. Bend to lift the arms up. Now up to you how low you're extending those legs. As always, up towards the sky, a little bit easier to stabilize through the core. Lower towards your foot bar, going to be a little bit more challenging. We're going to go for 6. We're going to hold those legs long in 5, 4, last 3. Inhale in, exhale, extend. 2, 1. Arms are long, legs are long. Hold. Elbows are close to the rib cage. You're bending at the elbows, palms face forward. Exhale, tricep press down. Legs are holding strong, so it's that isometric hold through the rest of the body. Keep drawing the belly button towards the mat. Using that strong exhale. And again, not tensing the wrist here. Let's go for 5. Bend the knees whenever you need. 4, 3. I am outside and it's November in the Alps, so we have to get nice and warm. Last 1, hold it long. Hold the arms long. Now just the knees. Bend, extend, bend, extend. Yes, last 6. Now I'm really pulling the knees in towards me. 5, 4. Arms are holding long. Last 3. 1 more variation in our hand and straps. Last 2. Last one, hold those legs long if you can. Start to lift the hands back up to where they started. Hold, maintain tension. Start to open the arms out into a T. Make sure the hands are not higher than the shoulders. Exhale, close the arms in towards the hips. And again, slowly lift up. Open it out. Exhale, squeeze it in. We lift the arms. Open it out. Squeeze it back in. Lift the arms. As you open, can you open the legs? Squeeze the legs in, squeeze the arms in, lift the arms, lift the legs. So you're making a circle with the legs and the arms. We're going to open, squeeze everything in. If that is a little bit too much, stay with just those arms. Lift everything up. Open everything out, squeeze everything in. You got it. Last 4. Lift. Open. Squeeze it in. Ooh, I almost fell off there. Last 3. Reminder that it's totally okay to wobble. We are human. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it in. Keep the legs long. Reverse the circle. Open the arms. Lift them up. Press them down. Woo. We open. Lift. Press them down. You can add back in the legs. Open. Lift. Press it down. Open. Lift, press it down. So much control and concentration. Last 3. 2. Last 1. And lift the arms, bend the knees in. Oh my gosh, take the feet to the foot bar. You can place those loops back onto your shoulder blocks or hooks, or simply let them go in the well if you're like me. You're going to lift your bum off of that ball, take it between the hands, just take a little windscreen wiper of those knees, side to side. And then we're going to place that ball between the thighs. We're not here for long. You're taking your arms down alongside you, keeping that little tuck of the chin. Feet are just in that narrow parallel. Take a deep breath in, squeeze the ball, tuck the tail, roll up into your bridge. Carriage stays still. Knees are reaching forward so that there's almost no crease in the front of my hip. So I'm really tucking under, squeezing the ball, squeezing the glutes, and then roll it down bone by bone. Exhale, squeeze, tuck the tail, roll it up, and roll it all the way back down. 3 more. Squeeze the ball, tuck, roll it up, and melt it back down. Last 2. Squeeze, roll it up, and melt it back down. Final 1. We hold at the top. Squeeze, roll it up, hold. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Just pulse that ball. Squeeze it in and in and in and in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. 3, 2, hold that squeeze on 1. Hips lower an inch, lift an inch, lower, lift. Keep that squeeze through the ball. Inner thighs are active. Feet are flexed. Carriage is still. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it all the way down. Take the ball out of the way. You can place it off to the side. We're going to take ourselves up. From here, I'm removing one of my red springs. So I'm going to stay on one heavy, and that ball is now going to become a pillow for me on my headrest. I'm going to take myself down onto my right hip, shuffling myself down, and I'm going to take my right ear all the way down onto that little pillow, and then take that large loop over the arch of my left foot. So from here, I'm going to take a little bit of time with my setup. Want to make sure there's about a hand's distance behind me from the edge of my carriage to the edge of my bum. That's going to ensure that my hips are in line with my shoulders. So from here, make sure that bottom shoulder is right underneath you, top shoulder right on top, and there's a little crack of daylight under your side body. So I'm not collapsing in. I'm lengthening this top hip away from the body, keeping this lovely lift. Top hand can find that shoulder block if that feels good. Flexing the feet here. Now there's already tension. Knees are right in line with those hips. I'm going to open, and I'm opening from that hip, not from my foot. Inhale, slowly close it down. Exhale, I lift. Inhale, I lower. Now notice as I lift that leg, I'm not dipping down. Carriage isn't moving, hips aren't moving. I'm just kind of opening and closing that door. Try to relax your bottom foot. Maybe it's just resting on that railing. Yeah, try to keep the sides of the waist really long here. We're going to hold it open in 6, 5, 4. Keep the head really heavy on that ball. 3. The neck starts to strain quite a bit if you don't really allow it to hang heavy. 2. We're going to hold it lifted on 1. Start to press your heel towards your foot bar, almost in line with that glute. So think about squeezing it back in line with the hip, but not further. Inhale, you're bending it back in, parallel to that bottom leg. Exhale, press, extend. Waist stays long. Inhale, bend it in. Rope is under that knee. Exhale, press. And bend. Now we're thinking about that rope staying just about the height of your nose or your eye line the whole time. And as you bend and extend, that rope is always kind of tucked under your knee. If you're losing it every time, it's because you're lifting from your foot rather than from your hip. So that's that glute work there. Yeah, let's go for 6, 5. Last 4. We're going to hold it long in 3, in 2, on 1. Hold that leg long. Start to sweep it forward. It stays the same height. Exhale, sweep it back, squeeze into that glute. Yes, inhale it forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Give it that little squeeze. Forward and back. Yeah, so you're really pressing that heel back in line with your glutes, but you're not worried about kicking it behind you. So the spine is staying long. Woo, we're going to go for 4. Inhale forward, exhale back. 3, 2, 1. Hold it back, hold it long. Start to lift that leg up. Hips may roll back a little bit, but try to keep them facing forward. Once you find that full extension, doesn't matter how high, start to bring that leg forward. Carriage stays relatively still. Exhale, sweep it back. Ooh, continuing circles, we lift. Forward. Sweep it back. Yes, lift. Forward. Sweep it back. These always feel like equally horrible and amazing at the same time. One of those moves that you really only can get on a reformer. Let's go 4. Still think of that waist. 3, 2, on 1. You guessed it, we're reversing that circle. Sweep it forward. Try to keep that carriage still as you open. Close it back down. Yes, kick it forward. Open. Close it back down. Oh my God. Last 4. That heavy spring. Such a killer. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Close it down. Hold. Leg is long. Flex that foot. Little lift and lower. Lift and lower. Carriage barely moves, if at all. Last 4. Stack the hips. 3, 2, 1. And bend it in. Ooh, remove that strap. And take yourself up. You can place that loop back onto your shoulder block. Take a moment. We are going to swap our spring here. So I'm going to put on a medium blue spring, and I'm taking off my heavy. So we have swapped to 1 medium spring. I am then going to take my ball with me, and I'm going to take my right knee back onto the carriage. I'm shuffling my right knee over against the shoulder blocks, and I'm just going to move my stopper a little bit further in just so that I don't bang against it. So you're coming up, your right knee is on the carriage, shin is kind of against those shoulder blocks. Your left foot is kind of in line with your carriage. So your toes are pointing towards your foot bar. You're trying to keep that knee open, tail tucked under, lengthening that spine so we're not sinking back into the glutes. Ball can come between the hands, drop the shoulders down. Inhale, I'm starting to open the carriage. Yeah, open it out. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together, press the hips forward. So we keep that tall spine, squeezing back in. Open it out, squeeze it back in. Now I'm keeping a bend in my left knee the whole time. So I'm never straightening that leg out. It's more about that carriage melting out. And then you're kind of squeezing that right glute and thigh to pull back in. Now this one doesn't feel like a whole lot to start. But I want you to control the way out and really squeeze the thigh, squeeze the ball to take it back in. We're going to add on. In 4. Just fixing that metal strap, pet peeve. Last 3. Keep pressing right hip forward. 2. 1. Open it out. As you pull it in, can you lift your left heel off the floor? Bring the heel down, open the carriage. Exhale, squeeze, lift the heel. Drop the heel, open it out. So really think about closing the springs. Feel a little bit of work through those right obliques as well. Yes. Adding that little calf raise. Beautiful. We're going to go for a 5. 4, keeping that external rotation through that left knee. Last 2. 1, keep that left heel lifted. Press the carriage out. Squeeze it back in. Press it out. Squeeze it back in. Yes. Really strong. We're going to add on our final layer in 4. 3. 2. 1. As you pull the carriage in, twist towards your foot bar. Press the carriage out, sink back down. Exhale, twist. And back through center. Staying on those left tippy toes. Thinking of that right knee. Drawing that carriage in and out. Finding that swivel through that chest for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold that twist. Just a little pulse through that back inner thigh. Staying on those tippy toes. Find that little shake. Sink down into that left hip. You're here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay facing the foot bar. Drop the left heel. Now you can take a hand to your foot bar as we transition. You're going to shuffle that right knee slightly forward so your right foot can tuck against the back shoulder block. Come on up to stand. Keep the ball in between the hands. So you're set up for a little bit of a curtsy here. Try to have the left knee right in line with your left toes, lengthening the spine. Belly button scoops in. Inhale, find that long line, bending into that left knee, straightening the right. Exhale, press through that left heel to stand. Inhale, sink it down. Exhale, press to stand. Beautiful. If you need to reposition at all, do so. But we're really thinking about that left glute doing more of the work here, challenging that stability. We can start to reach that ball forward as we come down. Pull it in towards you as you lift. Reach forward. Exhale, pull it back in. Keep gluing down that left big toe, that left heel. We're going to hold it low in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, hold it low. Draw the carriage in, draw the ball in, press everything out. Draw it in, everything out. You are stabilizing, staying low in that left glute as that back knee scooters in and out. Keep pressing that left hip back and down. You're here for 6. We hold it out. 5. Final push. 4. 3. 2. 1. Hold it out. Lift the left heel, tap it down. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Last push. 6. 5. We reset. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Drop your back knee. Draw the carriage in. And take your left knee back to join your right. Take yourself down. Find that low kneel. My loops are not cooperating today. That is okay. You're going to take yourself down. Take a moment. And from here, you're going to keep that ball in your, that is my left hand. You're going to keep it in your left hand. And your right hand is going to find your loop. I'm taking the large loop up around my right bicep, so above that elbow. From here, I'm going to take my right hand behind my head. Carriage has moved a little bit. I want to make sure I'm not opening out that rib cage as I often do. We're trying to close the ribs in, pull the belly in, keep this lovely corset. From there, we're bringing ourselves up to our high kneel. I like to have my knees a little bit wider just to have more surface area. Ball is against my left thigh and my palm is flat pressed into it. So like your sandwich between 2 panes of glass, as we always say, shoulders back, belly scooping in, chin away from chest. Now, as I inhale, I'm thinking about lifting my right elbow, leaning towards my left as that ball slides down my side body. Slowly return back through center. Exhale, keep pressing into the ball as it slides down the side body, lengthening that right side. Take it back through. Now, being mindful, you're not pressing your right hip anywhere. The only movement is from the waist up, right? So I'm not shifting the hips towards the back of my machine. I'm lifting from the waist kind of up and over. Trying to keep that chest nice and open so you're not curling forward. Keep the glutes active. Yeah. And that elbow wide. Lovely. We're going to go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, hold that lean, just little presses into the ball. Keep pressing the hips forward, lifting that elbow high. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back through center. Take the ball with you. We're going to take that smaller loop across that right palm and then take the ball between both hands. Keep that length through the spine, shoulders heavy, round those arms out. From here, exhale, find your rotation towards your foot bar. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, find that twist. Back through center. Again, I'm squeezing my bum so that those hips aren't twisting with me. And it's not just a push or a pull. It's a slow, controlled twist. And then you're unraveling back through center. Now, often we tend to shrug the shoulders up or add tension into the neck and the jaw, but try to keep all of that lovely space. Think almost like a ballerina here. Yeah, like you're doing a pirouette, you're finding that rotation back through center. And your gaze follows the hands. Yes. So good. We're going to hold that twist in 6. Little squeeze into your ball. 5, 4, last 3, 2, on 1, hold your rotation. Start to take the ball in towards you. Exhale, press it away. Take it in towards you, press it away. Try to keep that rotation from the rib cage. Keep your hips facing the side. Feeling that right bicep. We're going for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it all the way back through center and sit yourself down. Take the ball between the thighs, or you can take it out of the way if it bothers you. You're going to take the larger loop into your left hand. I like the large loop here, but you can take the smaller one for more of a challenge if you like. I'm going to take my right hand behind me all the way around so that it can kind of hook onto my left bicep. If this doesn't work in your body, absolutely don't worry. I just like that little reminder to keep my elbow close to my body. So by holding onto it, I'm maintaining that opening across my chest and that elbow isn't going anywhere. Rib cage is closed. Now my palm is facing in towards me. As I exhale, I'm opening that door and then closing it back in. Exhale, open, and close it back in. You can also just have that right hand on your low back. But if you're noticing that that left elbow is kind of doing that, try maybe taking those right fingertips towards it. Now, if that palm facing inwards means that you're tensing your wrist a lot, you can also take your hand through that loop. Palm faces up towards the ceiling and your thumb is moving away and through center. Oftentimes I prefer this shape, but if that open and close, palm facing in towards you works better for you, you are there. We're focusing on that rotator cuff, so the front of that left shoulder. So really think about that ball and socket joint of your shoulder. And it's opening out and closing back in. Yes. So good. These get spicy pretty fast. I like to give that ball a little squeeze just to remind my low body that it's doing something too. We're going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back through center. Take that fist if it's not already there. From here, you're going to lean slightly forward. You can take your right hand to your hip. As I exhale, I'm going to draw that arm all the way up and across. Bend to take it back in. So think elbow pulls out, arm opens, back in. Now, you can stay seated, or if you want to take it further, as I pull it across, I'm lifting the hips, slowly bringing it back down. Exhale, lift, and bring it back down. Now, trying to limit the momentum in the movement. So you're drawing it across and slowly bringing it back through as you tip the hips back. Last bit of upper body on this side. We're here for 6. And again, that shoulder stays down. Think about opening across rather than lifting up. Last 4, 3, 2. Last one, give me a hold. Reach that arm out, hold. Reach that right arm out, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Take that loop back down onto that shoulder block. You can interlace the hands behind your back. Just give that shoulder a little stretch. Maybe roll the chin across the chest. All right. From here, you're going to take yourself down onto your back. Keep your ball with you. Coming all the way down. Ooh. Okay. And from here, take the feet together. Take your right hand inside of your right small loop. Arm reaches up towards the sky. You're still on that medium spring. Belly button scooping down. Now I want you to press the ball into the front of your left thigh with your left hand. So shoulders stay down, belly button scooping in. Really press the tailbone down. Exhale, float the legs into tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, press the right hand down as you straighten the right leg. Inhale, bend the knee in, lift the arm up. So, like we did in our warm-up with that ball under our back. Now that tension shouldn't feel too heavy. So it's really about that control, trying to keep the hips from moving around. Really feel those right obliques lighting up. Pressing the ball into the thigh, pressing the thigh back into the ball. So that left knee isn't creeping towards you. Shoulders are staying down. Beautiful. We're going to go for 8 more. We already activated this right oblique in that little side crunch series. So we should be feeling it pretty fast. We'll do 5. Inhale in, exhale to press. 4, 3, we're going to hold it long. In 2. On 1, hold it long. Curl, head, neck, and shoulders up. Keep reaching that hand forward. Little pump into that ball. Press, 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 press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it in, take it down. Woo, you can place that loop down or get rid of it. We're going to come straight through the second side of that core work so we can get it done while we're down here. We're going to take that small loop across our left hand, reach it up towards the sky, belly button scooping in, ball under your right palm into your right thigh. Deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, tailbone is heavy, legs and tabletop. Inhale, exhale, press the arm down. Extend the left leg. Inhale, take it back through. Exhale, press, extend, and take it back through. So really scooping in those abdominals, pressing that ball with your right hand. So it's not just passively holding it. You're really doing something with it as well. Left arm is long, left leg is long as it extends and bends back in. Notice if your hips are shifting around. Try to glue your bum to your carriage. We're going to go for 8 before we hold. 7. Last 6. 5. So strong. 4. Don't rush it. Last 3. We're going to hold it long. Curl it up. In 2. Last 1. Here you go. Press it down. Curl, head, neck, and shoulders up. Keep reaching left hand forward. Little presses into that ball. 10, 9, 8, 7. Can you reach further? For 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Take it in, take it down. Place that loop back onto that shoulder block. Ooh, take yourself up. Take the ball off to the side for a moment. Before we come through everything in reverse, we're just going to take ourselves up, facing our foot bar. Now our heels of our hands are right over our foot bar. Toes are against our shoulder blocks. You're going to take a little tuck of the tail under, nudge the knees out so you're in that lovely half plank shape. So hips are pressing forward, glutes are engaged, spine is long. Inhale, start to lengthen the spine. Keep the chin tucked. So you're gazing towards the spring as you press out. And then exhale, slowly drag yourself back in. Maybe take the toes on top of your shoulder blocks to challenge that stability a little bit more so that you don't really have anything to press against. However, if the material of your leggings are really slippery, feel free to keep those toes tucked against the shoulder blocks for more support. Neck stays long, shoulders stay down. Finding that wheelbarrow. Slow and controlled, we're going to add on in 4. We're going to hold it out in 3. In 2. In 1. Hold it out. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze the bum. 4, 3, 2. On 1, come halfway in. Hold. Shoulders just over the foot bar. From here, you're keeping those elbows wrapping in. Lower the chest towards the foot bar. Exhale, press it up. Lower, press it up. You got it. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press it up, tuck the toes, lift the hips, lower the chest. Puppy pose, big stretch. Deep breath in. And exhale, roll it up and come on down. So we'll stay on that blue spring. We will come through our work and then finish with that heavy side lying with the glute on the other side. So I'm turning myself around to face towards the other side. I'm going to start with that arm work. So I'm going to take that loop around my left bicep and then take the ball alongside my hip, come on up. So that left hand can come to the back of my head, tail tucks under, squeeze the glutes. Inhale, we start to roll the ball down as I lift the elbow up, finding that side line, and then come back through with control. So really tempting, again, to just shift that hip over, but try to keep those hips really, really still. Elbow pressing open and back. Yeah. Inhale and exhale. Back up. Noticing if you're tucking your chin. Try to keep the chin away from the chest. Keeping that whole cervical spine long. Looks so much simpler than it is. But really try to slow it down. Feel into that side body. We're here for 6 before we hold. Last 5. 4. 3. 2. On 1, lift that elbow, hold, just little pumps into that ball. Squeeze the glutes, lift that elbow higher. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. You can place the ball between the thighs. And then your right hand is going to grab that large loop. So again, maybe that left hand comes back behind you and kind of takes hold of that bicep ever so lightly. Either you're holding a fist, palm facing in towards you, and you're opening and closing that door. Maybe try both variations and just see if you feel a difference. Otherwise, that palm can come through, palm faces up towards the sky, and you're kind of sliding that thumb away and then back through. You're keeping that tall posture, belly scooping in. Little squeeze through that ball. Finding that rotation through that rotator cuff. Nice and slow, maybe feeling the difference between the two arms. I am left-handed, so this right arm always feels so challenging, but that's okay. It's okay to have imbalances in the body. We all have them. But just trying to give it that same mindfulness, that same energy, that same effort. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take that fist around that loop. Left hand can find left hip. You can lean forward. Exhale, draw it across the body. Bend it to return. Exhale, open it out. Bend to return. Now you can stay seated if you did so on the first side. Or maybe you're leaning into it. Little squeeze into that ball. So as you reach that arm, you can lift the hips. Draw it back down, lower. Exhale, open it out. Draw it back down. Now again, trying not to use too much momentum. So that way back to your carriage is just as slow as that open. Always good when I'm facing away from the camera doing my right arm, because if you could see my face, ooh, we're here for 5. We're going to hold it in 4, and then we'll come back for those rotations. 3, 2, static hold on 1, reach that arm out, reach that left arm out, drop the shoulders, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it down. Whew. From here, you're taking that smaller loop into your left hand. The ball comes between both hands. You're coming on up. Press the shins down, squeeze the bum, round those arms out. Remember, think ballerina. Exhale, find your rotation, twisting towards your foot bar. Inhale, slowly through center. Exhale, twist. Throw slowly through center. So really pressing those hips forward. I know I say it a million times, but it is so tempting to swing the whole body with you. Sometimes it makes it feel like you're doing more because you're moving the body more, but we're all about those isolations here to really activate the right muscles, building that mobility, building that strength. Yes. All right, so we're gonna hold it in 6. In 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, hold that twist. Take the ball in towards your heart. Exhale, press it away. Try to get those hip bones facing the left as you reach that ball to that foot bar and back. Ooh, feel that left arm now for 8. Squeeze that ball. 7, 6. Upper body is done in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it down. Well done. That loop can go out of the way. All right, take your left shin kind of against your shoulder blocks, and then your right foot is coming down onto the floor. So we'll come through that inner thigh. You can take yourself a little bit further down the carriage. Carriage is already open, ball between the hands. Take that tuck under of the tail again. Right knee is open. Inhale, start to open that carriage out. Exhale, squeeze it back in. Inhale it out. Exhale, squeeze that thigh, squeeze the ball. So it's all about that control on that way back in. So you're not just letting that spring do the work for you. So you're getting that kind of stretch through the inner thighs, and then you're pulling it back in and up. Left knee, or right knee rather, stays bent the whole time. Hips stay pressing forward. So especially from this angle, you can see I'm not sitting my bum back every time. So it's not a squat. Nice. In 3, we're going to add on. In 2. On 1, next time you pull it in, can you lift that right heel off the floor? Take the heel down, open the carriage. Exhale, squeeze it in, lift, and drop. Try to keep the hips the same heights. So that calf raise, that heel lift is isolated rather than lifting up that whole hip too much. Last 2. Last 1. Keep that heel lifted the whole time. We open. Exhale, squeeze it in. Always starts to catch up with me about here. Squeeze it in. Open. Squeeze it in. Yes. Final addition in 3. We add our rotation in 2. In 1. Open it out as you squeeze it in. Twist towards your foot bar. Keep that right heel high. Open it out. Exhale, twist. And open it out. Exhale, twist. Open it out. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Hold it here. Just that back thigh. Little pulse in and out. Stay up on those right tippy toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that right heel. You can take your hand down, shuffle that foot forward a bit so you can tuck your left toes. Come on up so we can set up for our curtsy. Ball comes between the hands. Right knee is in line with your right toes. Inhale, sink it down. Exhale, press through that heel to lift. Inhale to lower, extend. Exhale to lift. So often we try to kind of cheat the depth of our lunge by rounding our chest forward, bringing our head closer to the floor. But I want you to keep that spine super long. Right hip is pressing back and down. Left leg is staying extended. We can add the arms. Reach. Exhale, take it back in. Reach. And take it back in. So good. We're going to hold it low in 6, 5, 4, 3. We have our scooter. In 2. On 1, hold it low. Carriage in, carriage out. Reach the ball. Take everything in, everything out. Core is strong. Staying low in that right glute. Yes, we're here for 8, 7. Oh my God, we still have that heavy side lying work. Last 4, 3, 2. On 1, hold it out. Lift that heel. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Last 5, 4. I am shaking. 3, 2, 1. Woo, drop that knee. Oh my God, so good. Take it in. Take both knees down. Ball becomes your pillow. We add on our heavy spring. We take off our medium spring. So we are swapping our springs. So we are just on that one heavy. I'll move my stopper back in place. We mentally prepare. We're in it together. We got it. Let's do it. We even it out. We come all the way down. That ball becomes our pillow, resting our left ear down on it. Shuffle yourself so your bum is just about a hand's distance from the edge. That bottom shoulder is right under you. Lift through that side body. Draw down that loop to loop the arch of that right foot. Feet are stacked, knees are stacked, hips are stacked. Top hip reaching away from the body to keep that lovely side lying shape. From here, we can start to open into that hydrant. Close it back down just to really activate that muscle, telling the body what I want to be working. Now with that same tension, your bottom foot can kind of rest on your railing. Carriage isn't moving, or it's barely moving. Head is heavy on the ball. Finds that control. Yes. Notice the difference when you lift the side body and you really stack the hips and you can feel that abductor rather than if you're moving the pelvis. Next time you open, hold. Exhale, press that foot towards the foot bar, extend. Inhale, bend it in. Knee catches that rope. Exhale, press, extend. Bend it back in with control. Now, as you draw that leg in, it is parallel to your bottom leg. That shin is parallel to the railing. Yes, that foot is always kind of coming forward rather than pulling in towards your bum. Completely different activation you get that way. Making sure you're not turning into a little fetal position, kind of curve through the spine. We want to keep that long line through the back body. We're going to hold it in 4. Make sure that rope isn't getting lower than the nose. 3, 2. On 1, hold it long. Start to sweep it forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Sweep it forward. Sweep it back. Keep both hips facing forward, forward, and back. You got it. Forward and back. Squeezing in that glute as it reaches back. Yes. Oh my God. We're here for 3. We're going to hold it back. 2, 1. Hold. Start to lift that leg up towards the sky. Take it forward, sweep it back. Oh my God, I am so glad you cannot see my face. Woo! These are so lovely, but so brutal. Yes. Take that right hand wherever supports you the best. You can stay on that hip, feeling the muscle working. You can come down onto the carriage like a kickstand. Press your head down into the ball. We're going to do 3 before we reverse it. Last 2. Last 1. Sweep it back. Hold. You got it. Kick it forward. Carriage, stay still as you open and then close it down. Kick it forward. Open. Close it down. Forward. Open. Close it down. Now your hip is also a ball and socket joint, so it can move in all directions. So really try to get that mobility through that hip. We're going to go for 2. Last 1. Close. Hold it back. Little pulses up and down. Yes, lengthen that spine, lengthen that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee in, remove that loop. Oh my God, come on up. Place that loop down. Well done. Come on up to kneeling on your carriage. We're going to stay on that red spring. You can take the ball just between your ankles, so you can kind of sit on it. You can feel quite cozy. Coming into a little bit of back extension work. Wow, I feel that right glute. So you're going to take your hands into your larger loops. You can always take the smaller ones as well. Wrap the shoulders back, pull the ribcage in. Sitting up nice and tall, proud chest. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And inhale, release. So the range is pretty small. Exhale, press it back. And release. If this feels like too much, swap to that blue spring. Take a medium spring and maybe the smaller loops. It's not so much about how far I'm moving the carriage. It's really about the shoulder blades wrapping back, releasing forward. Now, chest expansion doesn't mean, arching the spine or pressing the rib cage forward. It's really about keeping all of that alignment, wrapping the shoulder blades together, and releasing forward. Keeping that length through the arms, energy through the triceps here. We're just going to go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it forward, cross the loops. Take your hands by the metal buckles. Take a little lean forward. Elbows close. Exhale, tricep extension. Bend back in. Extend. Bend back in. We just have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Uncross those loops. Place them back down. We're going to take the ball between our thighs. Shuffle ourselves back so our toes are on that platform. Take hold of your handles. Elbows are right under the shoulders. Give that ball a little squeeze. Tuck the tail, lift the knees, press out, find your plank, bend the knees back in. Exhale, press it out. bend it back in. So try to find that stability as you press all the way out, fighting against that red spring. Press it out, control it back in. Press, control it in. We're going to go for 6. Final push. 5, 4, 3. Feel your quads working 2, last 2. On 1, press it out, hold. Woo, maybe take your toes against your platform. Holding out, press those shoulders forward, back, forward, back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way in. Roll yourself on up, remove that ball, turn yourself around. We will add on a blue spring and finish with a bit of feet and straps. Come all the way down. Both of our loops come around the soles of our feet. Arms can come down, shoulders heavy. Done a lot of circling today, so we can continue that theme. Take the heels together, toes apart, open the legs wide. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together. And lift back up, nice and controlled. Slowing down that breath. I like to take my hands to my pelvis here, making sure that it's staying grounded on the carriage. And again, that movement is coming from the ball and socket joints of my hips. Start to reverse the circle when you're ready. We're going to come into a short spine after this. If you prefer to just stay in your circles, absolutely feel free. Or take any other stretches you need. Otherwise, feet come together up towards the sky. You hold, arms press down alongside you. Start to press your heels down towards your foot bar to prepare. Inhale. Exhale, as you lift the legs up, press down through the arms, lift the hips all the way up. Toes are in line with the crown of the head. Lengthening that spine, candlestick. Start to draw the knees down towards your ears so they open out. Heels stay together. So really pull the heels towards your bum. As you roll the spine down, your heels come with you. Roll it down bone by bone. Find that compression at the bottom. Exhale, press the heels forward, squeeze the thighs. So we inhale, legs lift, 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 lift. Find that length and then pull the knees in, pull the heels in. Stay in that little ball as you roll it down. Exhale, extend the legs. Inhale, bring it up. Find that long line. Carriage stays just about still as you pull yourself into that little ball. You stay in that ball, roll it down until your tail touches the carriage. Then you press the feet forward. So that compression, staying down in that little tuck the whole time, is really important. If you start to extend the legs before the hips touch down, you're losing that beautiful spinal mobility, articulation, but you're also putting that low back at risk. Let's go for one more. Lift it up, draw it in, roll it back down, extend, hold, take the soles of the feet together. You can hold onto your smaller handles or those metal buckles. Find a supported butterfly here. There they are. You can take a little rock side to side. You can open into a happy baby if you prefer. Maybe straightening one or both legs. And then you can close the legs together. Draw your knees back in and unloop your feet. You can place those loops out of your way. Roll yourself on up. And thank you so much for joining me again on The Reformer, and I will see you next time.